Hello, I'm Brew City Scott, and this is,
I'm Jason.
and welcome to the Bearded Respect. Well, hi. Tonight we have a special guest with us, White Trash Donnie, who will bring in pretty quickly. We just wanted to say hi to everyone. And
yeah, looks like Bearded Vato was first tonight.
And we've got Travis Tyler. What's up?
We got Russ Young. Let's go.
And Becky, Miss Brew City. Hey, everyone. Hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky. And then we got Miss Ellie.
And your buddy Matt Foley. Howdy.
Hey, Matt. You got Nick H. What's up, buddy?
And Russ says we had a great intro. Vato says happy Thursday. And we have Beard Talk with Kyle and Joe saying hi. Hi, Kyle and Joe.
I'm guessing that's Joe. Usually seems to be Joe.
And we have my buddy Q who stopped in.
Yeah. And they're all saying hi to each other.
Yep. So let's bring in our guest then.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, sorry, guys. Got one ready. What's up? Hey, everybody out there. Talk, Vato, Miss Brew City. Good to see you all in the chat.
Yeah.
How are you doing tonight, Donnie?
So it's actually nice to be on the other side of the screen and just sit here and relax for a little bit, and just hang out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All we're wanting to do is hang out, pretty much.
Right. Don't have the buttons there. I just sit here and be my goofy old self. So,
Russ, thanks for noticing the Dixon. It's an Infectious Grooves Dixon. And Jason Esser wants you to show your shirt there, Jason.
Now, I wore it especially for Vic. Well, I wore it for the stream, but I told Vic yesterday I was going to have something surprise for him. There it is.
You get personal sound effects with Donnie, so.
Yeah. Yeah, so Donnie, you're a busy fella.
A little too busy sometimes, so but it will all work
Yeah.
out after this week. Everything changes and I'll be somewhat normal. So I just have to address Vato. If someone could please kick Vato out, I'd greatly appreciate it. No, I'm just messing with you, Vato. I do not have any Beard Feud questions tonight, Vato. So always hates my questions apparently. So you're in luck tonight because I am not doing them.
Cool.
And special thanks to you guys. Last week I won a gift card, so that was awesome. I got some new product in, so
You're welcome.
All right.
I'll have to try them one of these
Yeah.
days. Been looking.
Who
I've been hearing a lot about
who'd
the
you?
Elite Grooming. I keep
Uh,
hearing about the Aspen.
yep. It's actually it's hard to explain. It's a woodsy, almost a. I don't want to say it's Christmas because it's not really Christmas, but you almost get that Christmas vibe from it. So it's phenomenal. I would definitely recommend it. So, and I didn't
Yeah,
know.
I've heard.
So, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it's going to take me a good while to get used to this lag, but yeah, I've heard a lot of good stuff about Elite with the blue cream. The hell's I can't even remember all the names, but yeah, I've heard. Even just watching other reviewers and stuff talking about this scent and that scent, and well, the cousins, as a matter of fact, they had a couple reviews on them and the ones they like, and yeah, they all sound good.
Yeah, I got Sabine. I think that's how you say it, Sabine, and wow, that's phenomenal. So, yeah, I've been wanting to try them for a while, and actually, Florida too for me. So Matt the Bearded, him and I are pretty good friends, and he lives about an hour and a half away. So, Elite lives about 45 minutes away from him. So I was like, well, heck, we'll have to do a little road trip, and I'll go out to dinner or something. So,
Oh, they're down in Florida.
yeah, up Milton, so a little north of Gainesville, I think.
I don't know why I was thinking they were out of New York.
Fetty says is out of Brooklyn, and for some reason I was thinking Elite was out of Texas, but I was totally wrong. They're out of Florida. So
Cool. Texas or Florida feels like the capital for beard oils.
right, especially Texas. I mean, it's so
Yeah.
big that there's so many companies from Texas.
Yeah.
So Rushon says
Yeah,
he's trying to get Jay Hustle to meet at the Disney meetup. I'll shoot him a message. I don't know if they are or not. So I'll definitely check it out for you, Russ.
there's a Satisfied Senior.
What's up, Senior? How you doing?
And Stephen Fleming jumped in. Stephen?
Hi, Steven. What the hell? I got Vato looking over my shoulder here.
At least you're in your shirt. But yeah, so it's cool to see you guys, starting a live stream and get things rolling. It's episode 4. It's great to be on as a a fan and a participant. So
that's cool.
Much appreciated. So keep doing what you're doing, and you only grow from here. So.
Oh
yeah.
And you've been doing some amazing things.
Yeah.
And I was just impressed by your bolt trading products. They're actually real good, and I really did enjoy the soaps as well.
The soaps, I would say, are kind of my. I mean, they're, in my opinion, it's all good, but the soaps, I definitely. That's what I like making the most. So definitely fun for me. So.
And
well, you just answered. Yeah, you just answered one of my questions. I was going to ask, do you make the soaps? So.
Yeah, make them in house, and so the soap wells have a. It's the same. You make them the same way. It's just 2 different chemical reactions, or 2 different chemicals per se that you use. So you have like sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. So one turns it a little more liquidy, and one causes saphification. I can't say that word correctly. So saphification, which takes about 3 weeks to cure fully, and that's where you get the cold process soap from. So
Okay.
And there was
Uh,
like a mint tea one, a Pirates Cove one, Appa. Appa.
Apalachicola. Yep. I know it's a tongue twister, but it's so it's the largest. So when I create something like Pirates Cove or even Minty Fresh, I envision maybe not as much in the product as Minty Fresh, because it's kind of, I don't want to say a basic label, but I always kind of close my eyes and think what am I smelling? Where would I be? So, and I try to keep it local to Florida. So Apalachicola is actually the largest forest in Florida, which is up in the Panhandle, by Alabama and all that. So
mhm.
that's where Apalachicola comes from, being the largest forest in Florida. So definitely a very woodsy scent with a little bit of smoke. So if you're not a woodsy fan, definitely not for you. And the soap is the same way. The cold process soap. The Minty Fresh is just very invigorating. Mint tea tree. The Pirates Cove. So I'm redoing the Pirates Cove. The first one, like Vato said, Pirates Cove was fire. But I always like to bring that experience to the consumer. So I want you to close your eyes and imagine being on a pirate ship. If I'm on a pirate ship, all right. So yes, I'm going to smell bay rum. I'm going to smell bourbon. I had a little bit of smoked bacon in there. So now, the first batch I did, I was like, what am I missing? Leather. The swords. The leather the leather that the pirate wears. So the next batch will have a little bit of leather in it. I'm still tweaking everything, trying to get it to work, because you know how that is. It's especially with the bourbon and stuff, it can be either overpowering or underpowering. It just kind of depends on your ratio. So it's fun, but sometimes I just want to bang my head against the wall for sure.
Oh, I can believe that. I can believe that. But yeah. Vato had a question, which was kind of a question we were all thinking about. Where did it go there? Hold on. He was asked, yeah. How did you get into making products, or 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 why? I mean, you got so much stuff going on, or
So I'm a very weird, interesting character. We'll leave it at that. If y'all don't know, you know by now. But
yeah.
so no, back in 2016, I've always had kind of like a shadow beard, 5 o'clock shadow as they call it. And I started growing my beard out in late 2016, and I was actually going to start up a beard company then. And a fault of mine is fear of failure. So I'm my biggest critic per se. So I was always like, well, it's kind of taboo. 2016, there wasn't a whole lot of beer companies. There wasn't, they were kind of all, I want to say, basic. You had Seawood, or you had, it was kind of basic back then compared to what it is now. So
Yeah.
me, thinking, getting in my head, because I get in my head with everything. I'm like, well, it's kind of taboo. It's not a big it's not big, it's just kind of like, yeah, it's a couple of people put some beard oil in their beard. um so over the years I matured mentally, and business savvy. So I always say now, fail is the first attempt in learning. So if you don't do it, you never know what can happen. So I went out of my comfort zone, and just kind of started creating, and I was behind the scenes probably 7, 8 months before I finally dropped something, just creating something that worked in my beard, and then brought it to the consumers. And it's I don't want to say it's a very saturated market now, but you have a million companies that you can choose from. So why would you choose Bolt, or why would you choose any other company out there? So it's about, kind of about exposure, getting it out, and kind of letting the consumer decide, kind of telling the story for you, how it feels in beard, and how you like the product. So
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of consensus going out there of, one-stop shops. And
Right.
I'm all for like one-stop shops. But on the other hand, because there are so many good companies out there, sometimes you'd like to spread the wealth as well, you know. So maybe I get an oil butter here, and maybe I get soaps here and get a beard wash at this place. You know what I mean? You want to try to support everybody.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And I've had, surprisingly, a lot of companies, um, that we may have traded products or like traded soaps,
Mhm.
and wanted me to manufacture the soaps for them. And I don't have one, I don't have the time. Two, I don't have the area or the square footage to mass produce them at the moment. So it's all about gradually, building and building until I hit that plateau where I got soaps, I got shampoos, conditioners, lotions, a little bit of everything. Like you said, the one-stop shop. So,
Mhm.
and then in March, I'm planning another business venture in March. So that's going to take some of my time away from, the beard stuff. Not that I'm leaving or anything like that, but, I still have a ton of creation and a ton of ideas for, Bolt Trading Company. But I'm also, in the next 24 months, I want to be fully self-employed. I don't want to work for, a corporation anymore. I just kind of want to be,
Yeah.
working full time for myself, travel, live the life, kind of do my own thing. So,
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
so I see Bearded Accountant says he's still mentally scarred from the shower video. Yeah, me too, Bearded Accountant. So I'm going to need counseling because I don't know how Vato got in there. So yes, uh, we'll probably both need some counseling. So
Yeah.
There's a Vato in here with us.
yeah, he appears like out of nowhere, like taking a shower. Bam, there he is. Like I've warned Vato I was going to do it, but yeah, it's for me. It's all about. Obviously, I have a weird. I don't want to say a weird sense of humor. I just have that sense of humor.
Yeah.
I grew up many years ago. I did some podcasting and some radio. It's just my personality. Some people get it and some
Yeah.
people don't. And hey,
Oh, it was
I
it
am who
was
I am.
funny. Yeah, it was funny. I think you did a good job.
So I'm all
You know.
about. I've always, the fear growing up, the fear of failure has held me back from a lot of things. And like I said, maturing emotionally and mentally and growing with age, you kind of learn it, it's life. You only have one life to live it. So, and that's what
Right.
I plan on doing fully, is enjoying life, being my goofy old self. And, at the same time, I'm business business tech savvy on one side, and the other side, I just want to act like I'm 12 sometimes. So,
Yep.
Yeah, I enjoyed that video. He also made a couple other short videos that were pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah, like the when the trailers rocking, don't come a knocking.
right. So, and those are things that just kind of like, so I was actually, it's not my trailer, but I was actually at my mom's house, and they were, the neighbor was, they bought it for super cheap and they were refurbishing it. And I was like, hey, I need to shoot some videos in here. And yeah, that's how it all started. So I'll be driving down the road and I'll see something and I'll make a mental note. And I'll be like, I have to come back here to make a video. So it's just, it's fun to me. So I'm going to start doing some more crazy videos. I'm going to do, maybe some abandoned places. I'm getting kind of big into the music scene. Like we've talked before we went on air, some bands coming up, for interviews. And there's a super huge concert coming up in Orlando, Kraken Fest. So, I'm working on getting credentials to go backstage and interview the artists and, different things like that. So I love the beards, but I want to bring a variety, to my channel. So
Yeah, yeah, bring
Yeah.
something new. That's what
So-
that's what everybody wants to do. They want to be unique.
So Vato's asking how you came up with your name.
it's actually funny. I was sitting on the couch and I was brainstorming, and I was like, I'm White Trash Donnie, but I don't want it to be too trashy. Like I want it to be marketable, you know. So as funny as White Trash Donnie is, it's a lot of people will probably get turned off by it, thinking, oh, like White Trash Donnie, that's trashy or is what it is. Um, so I was sitting on the couch and I was like, Bolt, and I want to be different, so I don't want to be like Bolt Beard Company. Um, One, I don't want to limit myself to one particular area, just beard oils and beard products. Overall, I want to expand into a full grooming line plus apparel line, etc. So I've always loved the old school terminology, like as trading companies and they used back in the day. So if you go on my
Right.
website, it says goods and provisions. So goods and provisions is an old school term for, buying and selling product. So I kind of incorporated the old school terminology into like a new school kind of idea where I wanted to bring it. So that's where Bolt Trading Company came from, or the trading company came from. So Bolt actually came from being in Florida and the lightning capital of the world. So that's where Bolt comes from. And in the logo, in the lightning, you'll see a water fountain. That is Lake Eola, and that is a popular kind of like, I don't want to say a tourist destination, but you can walk around the pond and things like that. They have the swan boats you can go ride. So that's just kind of where that came. That's where Bolt came from, and that's where my logo came from with Lake Eola and the lightning bolt. So
Well, that's cool. I just feel like the company should mean something to the person who created it. Um, and there's there's a lot of companies out there that have their own niche, and well, I think the Florida theme and stuff is just your niche.
right. So I definitely want to stay. Everything I do will kind of be Florida based, I would say. So like the names, like Apalachicola Forest, that's the
Mhm.
largest forest in Florida. So if I do a tropical scent, it may be like Sunset Key. Well, that I know Miami Beard Co. Not Miami.
Magic City.
Magic City did that. So I may do like another island in the Keys, or I want it kind of tailored around Florida, and kind of tailored around the scent. So you get the foresty, the tropical. There's just so many. There's so much you can do with beard oils now. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the carrier blend itself is pretty good to me. It has a lot of uh, let's see what we got here. Jojoba, hemp, argan, abyssinian, apricot, almond, and coconut.
yep. So I actually have as busy as I am, I'm currently working on two other blends as well. What's up, Gary? Thanks for coming in. But I'm working on two other blends as well that so I would like to bring a three or four blends to the table. That way the consumer can kind of pick what works best for their beard. I don't want to limit, to, well, Abyssinian doesn't work in my beard, so I'm not going to buy Bolt Trading Company. Yes, it's more work on my end to, produce, three or four different carrier blends, but you as a consumer will have the option to say, okay, well, I want Apalachicola in this blend. So that's a work in progress. I only have one blend at the moment, but I'm working on two others, like I said. So eventually down the road, we'll have three shortly. So
Well, I was just going to ask you that if you're going to do different blends, are you still you're going to offer all your scents in all your blends?
correct. So they'll be able to
Okay,
order whatever blend would fit their beard best. So
I got you.
and I'm plant based, which is probably hard to believe. So I'm actually vegan, but not that I knock anyone that eats meat. I've ate meat and I've hunted growing up in my entire life, but for health reasons, about 8 months ago I went vegan, and so I'm trying to. There's a fine line in the vegan community. So like my mustache wax has lanolin and beeswax in it. So some vegans find that unvegan, per se, because
Hmm.
it's an animal byproduct. Some say, well, beeswax is, you're not harming the animal to get the beeswax. So it's vegan friendly per se. So there's that fine line you kind of walk with being vegan friendly and not vegan friendly. So I want to offer kind of both sides of the spectrum. Like if you know vegan friendly and unvegan friendly, maybe ostrich or emu down the road. But like I said, I'm so busy that I'm just slowly building as a company.
So you can.
So then you won't be looking towards the bird oils, I'm guessing.
So I don't want to limit my exposure. So I would probably have a vegan friendly line, and then if you also like the bird oil, you can the non vegan
Okay.
friendly side would be, I don't want to limit like, oh, you're not vegan, so I don't want you to buy my product. I want to cater to
Mhm.
all consumers. So, um, down the road, I'll probably have an emu blend or an ostrich blend. So
Oh, that's cool.
Uh, Vato has another question or comment.
so that is actually so when I first started, and anyone in here, you can thank the Disney Beardsman for getting me started in this the madness. So I was kind of I don't want to say I wasn't in the beard community, but I wasn't really active in the beard community. I bought my oils. I didn't really talk to anybody. Just kind of stuck to myself. So he kind of really opened a whole realm and a whole like mind explosion of different things I can do. So that was actually the first drawing with the artist Ragnoz, Jay Ragnoz. And so that is me in the background as a skull. So I always like, I don't know, I like dark art and different things like that, as you can tell with the skull. But so that's me essentially with a mullet as a skull and the beard. So
And a Dixon? You got a Dixon on in that too?
yeah,
Can't
that's a
quite tell.
Dixon in that shirt. Yep. So,
Okay.
but,
Okay.
so this one, the shirt I'm wearing tonight is actually a retro rifle, which is kind of like how Dixon was when they first started. They're very limited. So,
Mhm.
um, so I don't know. I've been buying more retro rifles lately than I have Dixons. So,
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
There. So you're up to how many Dixons?
oh goodness, I should have took a picture. At one point, I think I was, and mind you, I live in Florida. Like I was buying every drop. So when I first started with
Steven?
Dixon, it was super limited. So you had like in 3 minutes it would sell out. So I would buy two of everything, and then I would trade. Because on Facebook there's a
Mm.
bunch of trade pages and things like that. So I would trade for something I didn't have. So at one point I think I was up to 164 flannels. Being in Florida, so I'm just steadily collecting,
Yeah.
throwing them up there, and then Dixon wasn't making a whole lot of short sleeves at the time, and then they just started summertime they started producing a ton of Dixons. So I probably have 120 short sleeve Dixons right now, and probably 54 or 56 flannels. So I've kind of traded out or sold out some of the flannels that I don't that I'll never wear. I still have
Mm.
probably 40 of them in the packages that are just sitting on the shelf. So if I'm lucky, I get maybe 3 weeks a year I can wear them in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, up here in the northern, we could wear more often.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and there's some that I have in the closet that are worth, well, before he started, Danny Dixon, before he started kind of, I don't want to say mass producing, but making more quantity. There were some of the shirts in there that I could sell for $300-400 easily, just because they weren't, it was super limited. So Danny got smart and he said, Danny Dixon, which is obviously the owner of Dixon Flannel Company, he got smart and said, you know what? I'm going to start bringing back the old and remaking it. So technically they don't remake flannels, but he hates the secondary market. So he's like, you know what? The Dynasty was selling for $400. I'm going to make the Dynasty again. So he kind of crushed us guys that trade and sell, the Dixons.
Yeah.
So
Daniel.
it almost had like a, I don't, it was almost like a cult following. It was super huge in the motorcycle industry, and then it kind of branched out, and now it's just kind of exploded everywhere. So, and Daniel LeBeard knows about Dixon. So, yes, Vato, I literally have two. So I have two tiers in my closet of nothing but Dixons. So, and I have probably 20 of their shorts, maybe like 10 of their swim trunks. So, yeah, I went overboard with the Dixons. So,
Hey, E-Rock.
Hi, B-Rock.
what's up, E? So we got the family feud in the house. We got E-Rock and Vato now. So,
Yeah, there you go, Donnie. Any thoughts of a Dixon collab?
I'm not cool enough for a Dixon collab. So, not yet
Okay.
anyway. So, but maybe in the future when I get a little bit bigger, that would be awesome to actually have a Dixon collab. But as of right now, he's partnering with the larger companies,
Yeah.
Snap-on and different things like that. So,
Well, hi, Dan C.
says
Hey,
you have that
Dan.
many, and some say we spend too much on beard oils. So yes, Dan, I had to cut back on my Dixon. So we call it in the Dixon community a addiction. So a Dixon, addiction. So I could support my beard habits. But yeah, so I couldn't keep up with, because I collect Vans, I collect Dixons, beard oil. I collect too many things. So yeah, I had to give up something for a little while. But it's funny, you walk in my closet and the girlfriend's like she has like 2 rows, and the rest is just like Van boxes and Dixons, and yeah. So she's like, and mind you, we're looking to downgrade into a schoolie once we become fully remote, and she's like, you're gonna have to sell like 95% of your stuff so we can fit in a bus. So. So Dan C says he collects souls, according to some, and millions of dollars a day. Dan, yes, we know you're a rich man. Come on. But yeah, so I love Dan's, how he responds to the comments, like the hate comments.
Yeah.
He literally needs to do like a series like they did on MTV, where the superstars or like the famous artists would read mean tweets. And so that would be something epic if Dan C did that like once a month, where he like collected all the mean hate and just read them out loud and responded to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of his replies are hilarious.
So I got my first one. I was like, it was like, oh, selling lady oils, and I was like, I think you misunderstood the assignment. Like, I don't have cool responses like Dan C. I was just like, I think you misunderstood the assignment. So
Yeah.
now, Dan C, that's like hundreds of thousands a day. You're like a millionaire. We know. Everybody knows now, Dan. The secret is out.
Yep. Oh, let's see.
But yeah, that metal guy, he just dropped a new video today. So that man needs a movie deal. Like he's pretty he's funny and he's got the pizzazz to star in a movie. So if Donnie ever makes a movie, I'm calling you that metal guy. So
Yeah, and Steven's a pretty big supporter of ours, and he does some awesome craft beer reviews. If anybody's looking for some reviews.
So
Most of them I can't get here, but I always watch them.
So I was supposed to send. So we went up to the farm in Virginia, and I was supposed to send him. On the way back, we stopped in like Asheville and a couple of different areas, and I bought a ton of craft beer. And I was like, I was going to get some local Florida brews for him and send it out. And yeah, I ended up drinking it all before I sent it to him. So yeah, we got to work something else out there to get you some beer out there. But,
and Erex says Vato collects fake greeting cards just so he thinks they are real.
I mean, when you hear ice coming, you got to have your card. So,
Yep. Nick H wants to know what you're drinking there tonight, Donnie.
can you guess? The old Bush Latte, baby.
Okay, I couldn't tell. You had it in a koozie.
I should have a Bush Light endorsement by now, but 3.5% interest.
Yeah.
That's a good interest rate, 3.5%. So
Yeah.
I'll take it. Let me get 100K too, Dan. I need to upgrade. I need to get the Rodecaster Pro and the Stream Deck and all the fancy stuff. So,
well, we have a Stream Deck on the way this week.
Yeah.
I got one from Ken, the content coach. He was upgrading to the bigger version.
Okay, the XL.
Yeah, so I got his what is it? 15 button.
See, I'm just like a little kid. I just want to hit the buttons that make sounds. Like that's all I want to do is like meh, 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 and be cool like Dan C. Like just like fluffing his beard, that beard wiggle, all the stuff he does. Dan is like the goat of the beard world. So.
So glad Donnie gets his water intake for the day.
So, because of Dan C, I have this stupid water bottle I carry around work now. It tells me hour by hour how much I should be drinking. Thanks, Dan C. I'm like, 9 o'clock. All right. Well, I didn't. Let me chug it. So.
Yep. That's.
Oh, we got Zeb in the house as well. What's up, Zeb?
Well, I've technically got my Dan C water bottle, but most of the label has wore off, so I started putting all the beard labels on it. But I carry that around with me all over the place.
Yeah, so I never took biotin or like I would take my like daily vitamins, and the ones that work best for me are Optimum Nutrition, the multi-min. So I take that in the morning. So about 20 minutes before lunch, I'll take the biotin, and then when I get home, I'll do a dose of vitamin C. So I kind of spread it out, but yeah. So thank you, Dan C, for I never took biotin, so now I'm on like biotin and water overload. So yeah, like I'm like in a new facility today, and I'm like every 20 minutes, I'm like, hey, I got to step out and use the bathroom. And they're like, do you have a problem? Like, no, I just drink a lot of water.
Steven says beer is mostly water, so that tracks.
Especially Bush Light. I mean, excuse my terminology, that's like piss water. So, it works. It's like 85.9% water.
Yeah, well, especially this time of year being colder. I mean, I do drink a lot of water, but I can't get a gallon in me because
it's tough.
I mean, that'd be 20-ounce bottle, 128 ounces in a gallon. I do that math in my head, 20, 40, 60, 81. You're looking about 7 bottles, 20-ounce bottles of water. I can't drink that much in a day.
And there's a meme out there that, with the water, but if it's beer, like I can chug 8 beers easily. Now, when it
Yeah,
comes to water, I'm like, I don't need water. So,
exactly right. You can drink, you know, 7 beers in an hour and a half, but you can't drink, 7 bottles of water all day long.
Vato's right. If I
Uh,
filled my, if I filled it with beer, it'd be gone pretty quick. So,
Gary, no, I didn't open anything yet. But I do have something to open.
I'm a little jealous. I'll just
Well, this might make a few people jealous. This came for Ms. Brew City today, all the way from Kentucky.
So Gary probably about 130 short sleeves now and about 54 or 56 flannels. So I had to cut my Dixon habit back a little bit. So if you wear large and you need any, just let me know. I can definitely sell you some.
Yeah, that'd be too small for me.
yeah, me too. Even, even come this summer, if I get my goal of what I want to do, I still don't think it'd fit me.
Well, Gary, I was up to about 150 flannels at one point, but being in Florida, I sold or traded out most of them because maybe 2-3 weeks out of the year I can wear a flannel down here. So traded them for some of the older short sleeves. Um,
Hey, Ken, I missed you coming in there.
what's up, Ken? Thanks for coming in.
Well, good timing. I was just opening a box that is
He
pretty
heard
well
cookies.
packaged.
He heard cookies, and it was like, oh, that's Miss Mel. Let me get in there.
Wow.
So shout out to Ken. Like I was using these big, bulky, like earphones, looking like I was like 1990s. Now he like,
Mhm.
and they were pretty cheap on Amazon, and they work wonders. So thanks a lot, Ken. Now I don't look like I have 2 muffins on my ears.
No, now I do because my Bluetooth earbuds kept. I'd only hear like half of the comment. So I went back to the wired.
Gary, have you tried the Workforce yet? I have a bunch of the Workforce shirts. They're actually pretty comfortable. I would say they're along the lines of a Dickies kind of Workforce shirt. So
Whew. Well, there's a card here, but I think I'm going to leave that for Becky to deal with. And these are still packaged well. They're individually wrapped. Wow. Thanks, Ken and Mel.
So I'm a little
Is that
jealous
the
because
machine?
Is that what?
Go ahead, Don.
no, I'm jealous because I know Disney the Beardsman. Him and I used to work together before I transferred locations, but he had won some cookies, and I'm like, "Can I just try one?" And he's like, "Absolutely not." He wouldn't share with me. I was a little disappointed. I was hurt. I thought we were friends,
Are those maraschino cherry ones, Scott?
Yes, they are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm jealous. So Donnie, Votto asked, the short sleeves are not flannels?
No, so the short sleeve, you have the Workforce, which is kind of like a Dickies. So they have 3
Mm.
shirts. So you have the bamboo shirt, which is a very lightweight material. You have the party shirts, which are more like a polyester, quick dry, and then you have the workforce. So like not a Dixon, a Dickies kind of workforce shirt. So, and then you have the flannel.
Okay.
So there's 4 different types of shirts. I mean, that'd be awesome if Gary did a Alley Cat collab with Dixon for sure, with the logo on it. And
Yeah, Gary, it's in the plans.
so I think Alley Cat needs to presidents of the United States of America. So it's an old school band, and they have a song called Kitty. Gary knows what I'm talking about, but I think that should be the theme song.
Oh, yeah, we got to get on the same page. But yeah,
Exactly. Gary knows Peaches and Kitty. Yep, there we go. See, I knew I liked Gary for a reason. So I was Ken. I was in middle school when that came. I think so. I remember listening to the bus, and don't ask me why my parents let me listen to it, but I was listening to that on the bus in middle school.
yeah, right, Jason. All that work opening that box, Scott. You deserve to eat one.
I don't know. I thought it'd be a little rude to eat them in front of everybody.
Man, Gary, you're bringing it back. A little blue dune buggy in the sand. Little blue dune buggy in my hand. It was like such stupid lyrics, but they were so catchy.
Cool.
How old are you, Donnie? Because some of these songs are just something I don't remember that song.
I'm 29 plus tax, so
Okay. Well,
I'm 35,
what's it?
so.
Okay.
So it
Yeah,
depends what your tax bracket is. So
Well, I was going to say when you said tax plus tax, what's the sales tax in Florida? Then I was going to add that on.
yeah, it's weird down here. It's we don't pay a state tax. So each county is different. So like Orange County is 7%, Lake County is 6.5%. So
Okay.
we'll just go with 35. We'll make it easy for you. Yes, I am old, folks.
Not as old as me, buddy.
Oh, the Island Boy. I can't get that. That song is. I need to do like a trashy boy. Like if I knew you can like make millions out of a stupid song. I'm a trailer park boy, just trying to make it, trying to get out of the trailer. I could have been like a millionaire.
Yeah, you never know. The right person picks it up and off you could go.
Right, it's all about the algorithm now. So,
yep.
Plus shipping and handling.
So Ellie, I must say I do love that you did the pickle juice and Oreos, but you need to make this like a daily or a weekly, a weekly habit. I think it would blow up. Hot sauce and Oreos, and then like I know Shaky and you did sour cream and Oreos, but just like pick the most random things and dip it in. Like I think it would blow up. I really do. Yes, Gary, I'm a trailer boy playing with Walmart toys. Yeah. So
let's see. Did I have any?
But I can't talk bad about Walmart. They pay my bills, so.
Yeah. Well, for now, until like you said, you get to go on your own full time.
Yep. So March. So I'm opening a dronography, cinematography, like videography business in March. So I'll kind of, ideally, the plan is to get well established in the community and start subcontracting out to like NASCAR and NBC and, all the bigger outlets where I can, film for them. So,
Mhm.
Well, here you go.
so I was actually thinking about, so I went to, we have a farm up in Virginia, but so we hiked about, it was about 4 miles each way to a waterfall, and we didn't know what the waterfall looked like. So I had my Speedo, I had my like unicorn float in the backpack, and I was going to ride the unicorn float in my Speedo over the waterfall. But there was too many rocks at the bottom. I'm like, I'm not going to kill myself for a video, so I didn't do it. But yeah, I'm still in the search of, we don't have a whole lot of waterfalls in Florida, so it's going to happen. I just don't know when. But yeah, so laying in the plastic pool with a bunch of empty beer cans, kind of fits, I guess, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And we're 51
Oh,
51 minutes in. This goes fast.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
The
it
other
does. Yeah. Hey, Scott, you want to ask some of them questions that we had like from last week? Like, you remember my favorite one? Would you rather this or that for a week's time span? See what these guys.
Oh, yeah. You got to find it.
I didn't know if you wanted to hit on any of them, or if the three of us, do we want to talk about caps lock?
Would you
Anyway.
rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life? Can I rewind? I want to redo. I want to redo. Nah, I wouldn't change me for nothing. So maybe a little rewind.
Yeah, I think we left off with this one last week. Can you, Scott? Can I say Scott again? Scott. Why do I have a PA accent? Onions or something?
Well, no. The other night she caught you saying Scott with your Pennsylvania accent.
Oh,
So how does that go?
I don't
Putting
know.
you on,
Becky can do it better than I could.
putting you on the spot. I know. Uh, so it's funny, like in Florida, like I'm from Michigan originally, so maybe that's why Dancy and I get along so well. But people are like, you say things funny. So like eggs, I say like eggs with like an A instead of an E. So it's just like
yeah.
little things like that, like, oh, you have a northern accent, and like I'm like, I don't have a northern accent. I've been down here, I'm here 16 years. How do I have a northern accent? Well, you say eggs funny, so
When I was younger and I moved to Texas, I used to clean carpets for a living. And I walked into one lady's house and she's like, "You're from Wisconsin, aren't you?" I'm like, "How'd you know?" I bearded a land shark.
Yeah, there's Bill.
like we weren't super close, like to. I mean, we were pretty close to Canada, but especially in Detroit. So we used to get the habit of saying "a" a lot, like "a," like "hey," So we were like almost Canadian Michiganders. So
Yeah, well, that's like I'm in Pennsylvania, so that's fairly north. But up there in like Connecticut, Massachusetts, it's not a quarter; it's a cotta. Hey, you got a cotta? You got
that's wicked cool, eh?
yeah. So now one thing I do say a lot of is yins. Yins is Matt Foley. He knows what a yins is. Yins. What are yins guys up to today? Instead of a you all or, ours is yins.
So that's like a Michigan thing. Like we say, and I didn't realize it until people started pointing it out. Like we say, a lot. Like, hey, like, you know. And I was like, so like once they started saying you say a lot, and I started calculating in my brain. And I'm like, oh, I just said it. Oh, there it is again. So it's kind of like a Canadian / Michigan thing. So
Yeah, my trip up to Canada was more Montreal, and everyone there speaks French.
oh yeah,
And I was up there for work, and then they thought I was just a Canadian who didn't want to speak French.
Oh,
I was like,
the funniest
no.
part, right? I took Spanish for 2 years and I barely know it. I know chancla because I've had too many ex-girlfriends throw those at me. So that is sandal. And I took German for 2 years and I can count to 10 in German after 2 years of taking German class. So
Okay, so the question here, I'd rather have a rewind button. I know there's a bunch of us who probably know better ways to do things than when we grew up. Just correct a few things and
like, right. If we knew what we knew now, what we knew then, or whatever that saying is.
Oh yeah.
If I knew then what I know now.
Right. Yep, there we go.
Yep.
It's the Bush Light talking now, darn
it. But yeah, Ken says he may be an occasional pause. He's only one person. And Becky. Well, every time I go to click one, E-Rock says pause. Becky says she thinks pause. Man, that's all the replies we got for that one.
I think I would go pause as well because I wouldn't be where I'm at if I didn't rewind, I guess. But there are some pauses I could have made to make better decisions. But
right.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's one thing I thought, like, if you were in a car, if you were driving down the road and all of a sudden you seen a tractor trailer heading right towards you.
We're playing chicken.
And yeah, so you hurry up and paused it. Well, if you paused it, are you going to be able to do anything about it? Or now you got to hit unpause and there it is. So maybe you can pause it and get out of your car and then unpause. You know, I don't know.
I'm living on the edge. I'm going to unpause and see if I can swerve, right?
Yeah. Yep. All right. Would you rather burp every time you start to talk or drool every time you talk?
Well, I drool in my sleep all the time, so I'm going to pick burp.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pick burp too because, I mean, especially with all us guys with these beards, your beard would be soaking wet all the time.
So I wake up and I have like a drool, like on the right side, I wake up and I have a drool trail. So every morning I have to wash my beard because it's like full of like drool.
I guess I would choose burp. I actually don't burp that often.
You know, so my saying is why fart and waste it when you could burp and taste it, you know?
Yep.
Savor the flavor.
We've got a few burps and a drool.
Oh, Land Shark, he was a rewind as well on that one.
Yep.
Previous question.
Oh, Allie, hang on. Wait,
she's good.
Leave that up. I got to take a screenshot.
Hold on. We both clicked it. So we'll bring it back up here. Okay, go ahead, Scott. Here's my hands. I'm not clicking.
All right, Ellie. It's coming to a theater near you. So
With your double wide.
Right.
Yo.
I mean, I wish I had a double wide, but yeah, wishful thinking, right? So maybe in the future.
Mm.
So, would you rather not groom your beard or brush your teeth for a week?
I mean, I have dentures, so I'm all right.
Mm.
No, I'm just playing. I don't have dentures. I wanted implants just so I don't have to like. I know it's so stupid to think of it like this, but I'm like, I could literally take my teeth out at night and throw them in like a pearly white container that like bleaches them white, and then put them back in. But I'm like, I kind of have okay teeth, so I don't really want to take all my teeth out. But
Yeah.
so if I'm being honest, that's probably my biggest. What do they call it? Not really self-esteem issue, but that's my biggest. My teeth. Like I'm like, oh, my teeth. Like my teeth have to be perfect, and they're not. But yeah, so
And Vic
Hey,
just
Vic.
showed up.
Yep, Vic made it in.
only 3 hours late, Vic. Where you been?
Yeah. So yeah, it's for a week. So maybe I would definitely rather not brush my teeth because I could maybe get one of those dentist sticks or something for the dogs to clean my teeth, maybe chew on one of them.
Just chomp on a dentist stick, right?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't think I could not. I don't think I could stand it. Not grooming my beard. So yeah, I'd go with the not. I won't brush my teeth for a week.
Like I'm very make maybe I take more time to get ready than her. I got to put my anti-wrinkle cream on. I got to,
Mm.
blow dry my beard. I got to put the beard oil in. Well, obviously you put the beard oil in before you blow dry. So put the beard oil in, blow dry, put a little more beard oil in, let it settle, put some beard balm or beard butter. Yeah, I take 35 minutes. You take an hour and a half. So,
I think I just go without grooming my beard, but it would drive me nuts.
Yeah. No. Nick wants me to show the shirt again too, which I told Vic that this was what it was for last night. I said I had a surprise for him. So they did get it for me, Vic. There it is.
Vic, sorry for having dinner with his fiance. She said the same thing. Like, you're late for the live?
Get rid of her. You don't need that negativity in your life. No, I'm just playing. So I have to say, I'm pretty excited for the new drop, the blue collar with Vic. And so I want to kind of commend him because his products weren't, I don't want to say his products weren't up to par, but he didn't think they were up to par. So he pulled it and said, hey, I'm gonna fine tune it. I'm gonna get it right for you guys. So definitely props to you because I mean, there's probably some companies out there that would have just shoved it out and sold it to you. So
Yeah. But I think if the product probably got in the hands of some people and they didn't like it, it could come back on you.
right,
And you
it's
end
gonna
up
come
getting
back
a
to bite you.
bad rep.
Yep.
So I send so Matt the Bearded, he's kind of like I call him the guinea pig, but he's my tester. So anything I create, I send to him, and like he's like super smart. Not, I don't want not super smart. What's the word I'm looking for? Like as far as scent wise, he's like he can pick out anything. So when I send it to him, he's like, "No, it sucks," or "Yes, it's good." You know, so he's kind of like my quality tester.
You're, he's kind of like well, if it was wine, like the small yays, they smell the wine there and drink it. But yeah, I don't know what you actually call just to scent people, but
Scentologist. That's what we're going with. So.
okay.
Or you got Sam with the super sniffer.
And it's
Yeah.
funny because I'll make something and I'll put it in the beard after I kind of create it, and I'll ask the girlfriend, I'll be like, "What does it smell like?" And she's like, "Bananas." I'm like, "No, that's strawberry." So I can't even ask her because she's like, her sniffer is so off that yeah, you can't do it. I'm like, never mind.
Well, what's funny with me is I'll ask you two guys when I got this caps lock and I first opened up the oil and I'm like, man, what's that smell like? What's that smell like? And I'm thinking that smells like something I know. And it dawned on me in bottle for me, just opening it up. Well, I shook it, but opening it almost smelled like bubble bath to me.
It's so nothing negative. I mean, it's a great scent, but
No, yeah,
it's definitely middle of the road for cologne scent, which I like because I get headaches like
yeah,
instantly if it's too strong. So, I mean, there's some beer companies out there that have great scents, but it's way too strong for me, and I just get a massive headache right away. So, it's
yeah.
middle of the road, and it's a great scent. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, once I got it in beer, warmed it up, and even smelled the butter. It didn't smell like I said, just even the butter. It didn't smell like bubble bath to me. But when I first opened that up, I'm like, it smells like bubble bath. But then, yeah, I warmed it up and put it in. Yeah, and you're right. It's not overpowering. It's just a nice mellow aquatic cologne.
so and I kind of stay away from cologne because mentally I think, all right, cologne, it's super strong, and so I've slowly branched into the colognes, and yeah, so like I said, there's some that I can't do because I get a massive headache, and there's some that I can do because they're kind of middle of the road or a little bit of a lighter scent as far as cologne
Hmm.
wise. So
Yeah, I like the scent. I wish the scent would maybe stick around a little bit longer, but the carrier blend for me is what did it for me. Like 12 hours later, I still had that great feel in beard.
right,
Yeah.
and that kind of the role in the community, like everybody want and this isn't any way negative, but everyone wants the feel and beard and the scent all day,
Hmm.
and sometimes it doesn't happen. So I'm testing for a company I have a live coming up with, and it's a great feeling beard, but they primarily use essential oils, which don't last as long as
Don't
CNF
last. Yeah.
or right. So the scent isn't there for 9-10 hours, but the feeling beard overpowers, the scent duration. So
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'm well. This is my first product from Ricky that I've tried, and now I know the carrier blend for this particular drop was different than his regular line, but I'm totally glad I went and picked this up because a feeling beard with this stuff. I've worn it. What did I tell you, Scott? For Saturday, I wore it Saturday, nothing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, yesterday, and now again tonight. So I've worn it like 5 days, and it just I'm really thoroughly enjoying this.
Yeah.
It's really working out well for me.
If you like that one, you should try the 1745.
Oh, his barbershop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good barbershop.
Yeah,
And I hear
think
his.
that-
I haven't tried his beard wash yet, but everyone raves about LI beard wash. So
yeah.
jump back again and try it out. So
Yeah, it has a lot of lather.
does it?
Yeah.
So originally, when I did my 2021 top beard washes, it was the Bearded Mac. They have a phenomenal wash, and then so Gary came out with his wash with the new company, and I'm going to say that takes the top, and Bearded Mac is close behind it. So there's some good beard washes out there now for sure.
Now that Bearded Mac, is that the one is that the stripping wash?
For me, it's not stripping. It's in the middle. I
Okay.
use it. I can use it daily, and it doesn't strip my beard fully. So, but then again, I'm used to 3 times a week. I use pine tar.
Okay.
That often?
Yes, just because I test so many different products and testing different fragrances. I kind of like to strip the beard just to get it all out, clean it. It's probably not the healthiest for the beard, but definitely gets the scent out and kind of restart new cycle. So
Yeah. I've got some pine tar soap from Luxurious Bastard, and everybody in the house knows when I open it because everything smells like smoke.
right. So Vic, this is actually retro rifle. So this is not a Dixon. This is a retro rifle.
Which one is that?
It's the Macaw. So they came out with a tangerine, a purple, and a teal in that. So I have the orange or the tangerine and the teal. So
Cool.
All right.
He said he thought it was.
So I am going to be right back, folks. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Those 4 bush lights hit me pretty hard. So give me 2 seconds, brothers. I'll be right back.
All right. And to respond to Becky, I seen a while ago. Yes, my chair is squeaky. I try not to move around too much, but sometimes I just gotta adjust my butt cheeks there a little bit. And yeah, it is a little squeaky.
Yeah, she got on me a while back because my chair kept squeaking, and then I sprayed some WD-40 on it, but it didn't seem to do anything. But now it doesn't really seem to be squeaking anymore. So I think she thought it was my chair.
Oh, yeah, well, this is my wife's old office chair. We bought her a new one so I could steal this one. So yeah, it could use it. It's a little. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know if WD-40 will fix it or not. But
Yeah.
Time's up, Donnie. Vic says. What do we do? Okay.
So I've got a bunch of his oils, 3 of his bombs, and everything I've liked. I even got some of Bolt Trading Company's Jacked Up a Mountain Dew, and to me that smells just like Mountain Dew.
Is there any of that left, or was that limited? I'll wait till he gets his earbuds in.
All right, I'm back.
Okay,
Hey,
we
that,
were just. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
That jacked up on Mountain Dew. Was that a limited run, or do you still have that in stock? Or
So I do have some oils in stock of it. Now the soap. So with citrus, it's a citrusy scent is very hard to maintain in a soap. So I've been
okay,
trying to. I've went through 3 batches already, and it's not up to my standard. So I haven't put it out yet. But
okay,
the oils work perfect. The oils and balms are great. But as far as the soap, it's not up to my par because the citrus doesn't last as long. But yes, I will have some oils and butters, oils and balms. Excuse me, I'm working on the butters now, but we will have that up maybe the next couple weeks. So
nice.
And I noticed you got some of the tea tree soap. I'll have to get some of that.
yep. So it takes me a little bit longer because I'm doing it brick by brick, which is about a 3 pound loaf, which yields anywhere from 9 to 11 bars, and so it takes 3 weeks each time I do it. Obviously, I'm not mass producing, so I do a brick by brick. So it does take a little bit of time. What really kind of threw me behind was the Black Friday sale. I was trying
Yeah.
to. It was either pay for promotions or kind of get my product out to the consumer so they can try it. So I did a 65% off sale. Obviously, November, December, and the beginning of January are my busiest times at work. So I kind of, per se, shot myself in the foot. And I wasn't able to create until recently. So it does take a little bit of time. And yeah, so I learned my lesson for next year not to go that big.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was trying to buy the one in the aluminum bottle.
Yep. So I have so the plan with the Castile soap, I have 8 of those in stock at the moment. The biggest problem with that is the aluminum right now. So 2 of my suppliers, I can't get it. So I literally had to buy from a third supplier 10. That's all I could get, just to kind of get the product back on the site. So ideally, this is 8.5 ounces. So my plan behind this is you buy one of these for $9. You never have to. My labels will be bigger eventually. You don't have to buy another bottle. You can get a 16-ounce refill, which gives you 2 of these. So literally, you're just refilling your bottle. So I'm trying to stay eco-friendly, kind of environmental friendly, and those are you can recycle those over and over again. So that's kind of my theory behind that, and that's why it took me so long. I had the Castile soap made. I just couldn't get the aluminum bottles in. So
Right. It's a good idea, long as you can get enough of them.
right. And so some of the suppliers that I've reached out to, they want you to buy a whole pallet. That's 300-400 cans. Well, I'm not manufacturing that many to like I don't have anywhere to store 400 cans, so
You're going to need
Yeah.
another trailer.
right.
Vato says, eco-friendly. How come you don't drive a Prius?
So I drive an Optima, which gets 43 miles a gallon, which is pretty close to a Prius. So
And Vic says the Pirates Cove is amazing, which I will agree with.
see, and I sent it to Matt, and I have a love-hate relationship with bourbon or whiskey.
Yeah.
Probably because I drank it too much as a kid, but
Mm.
I'm like, this smells like straight bourbon. Like, I don't like it. It's not going to be good, in my head type of thing. And so I sent it to Matt. He's like, this is really good. I'm like, are you sure? Like, and I know Matt isn't going to BS me. Matt will tell me straight up, like, no, this sucks. So I was like, all right. And then I've had great feedback with it. So it's kind of a personal, personal bias with me with the bourbon. So But the next round that comes out will have a little bit of leather in it as well. So I'm going to see how that works. I'll probably send it to Matt or Vic to let them kind of
Yeah.
test it for me and give me their opinion. So
Well, I'm a leather fan, so that'll probably be right up my alley as well.
So I'm gonna mix the ratios a little bit. So I'm gonna leave the bay rum ratio where it's at. I'm gonna drop the bourbon. I'm gonna up the smoky bacon a little bit, and then I'm gonna add some leather in it. So you'll get the smoky bacon, the leather, the bay rum, and a little bit of bourbon, kind of like the third tier. So
Cool.
I'm not going to highlight that comment. Are you, Scott?
Probably not.
Vato, Vato, you're deported. You're deported, Vato. Man, wait. Let me call my ice buddy real quick. So no.
Yeah.
I'm halfway through if you can't tell. So
Mm.
Yeah, well, I'm right down the street from the Harley factory, so
are you okay? So what we're supposed to so I don't know how to put this. So I have a lot of affiliates that are in the Harley community and like custom culture. So I'm supposed to go up there next year for one of their big like bike meetups. So if I
Mhm.
come up there, obviously I'll hit you up and let you know. But
cool.
yeah, so there's big things in the works for Daytona, which is coming up shortly, and a lot of different spectrums that I'm going to be branching out into. So
That sounds great. Yeah, they have their yearly anniversary, like Labor Day weekend, every year, and that's a pretty big deal in town.
yeah, so they do what's the name of it? They do a big bike show. I forget the company that puts it on, but they did it like 3 weeks ago, I think it was, and I mean it's huge. So you have people from all over, all the manufacturers that make custom parts and the custom clothing and different things like that go up there for that. So that's kind of where I'm going to put my focus. I'm going to say is kind of like custom culture, beards, bands, Harleys, because I ride my Harley all the time. So and it's just that's my therapy per se. So if I get on my bike, it's just I'm jamming out, bam, like here I'm riding, and there's nothing else going through my mind. So that's my therapeutic relief.
Yeah.
So Vic has a pretty good question. So
Yeah. Who was that directed towards? Donnie or us or all three? We'll let Donnie go first since he's the guest.
so as you know, I didn't quit Trailer Talk. I kind of revamped it for my work schedule. So we're doing the Sloppy Syndicate show on Saturdays, and that's kind of be kind of a vast variety. So we're gonna have bands, beards, beer, Harley culture, all kinds of stuff on the show weekly. So I'm in talks with 4 bands at the moment, and they're national touring acts. So I have to go through the PR and the proper channels to get them on the show. I can't just reach out and be like, "Hey, do you want to come on the show?" So there's always kind of that back, the record labels and things like that. So a lot of good things in the works. You'll see some more sponsors coming on board or more affiliates coming on board. Some crazy videos, just living the life, So
Just having fun.
right.
Our plans for our channel is just meet a lot of guys in the community, have some beard companies on, just have fun with it.
And I've always said, like, when it becomes not fun for me, I'll walk away. So I didn't join, not that any of us joined to make $1 million. If I
Yeah.
were, some people like, oh, like Dan C makes $100,000 a day,
Yeah.
If I was joining this to make money, it certainly wouldn't be beard reviews.
Mm.
So this is something I find fun. And when it's
Mhm.
not fun, I walk away type of deal, so.
Right.
Yeah, we just like coming on and shooting, you know what, so to say. So to speak. Just come on and talk with you guys in the chat and just try to have fun and have somebody on once in a while and get to know them a little better. And
So I'm the
so,
biggest, essentially I'm the biggest teddy bear. So my main goal in the community was to kind of social network, get to know everybody else, as well as providing something. I don't want to say something different to the community because there's been fundraisers and stuff before, but I want to provide a solution like the bearded angel tree. This year was the first year we did it. It wasn't a huge success, but we helped 4 families out. That's successful enough for me. We helped 4 families
yeah,
in a time of need type thing. So
Right.
that's more of my goal is to kind of do more auctions and more community outreach to, help the bearded community and help the community in general. So
yeah,
Well, yeah, it's always great to help those in need.
and I grew up, middle class, kind of, pretty poor. So I've had the worst and I've had the best. And, so it always feels good to kind of give back where you can give back. So
Yeah,
yep.
definitely. Vic says sounds good. I want to see both your channels keep growing.
And I think if Vic keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to be super successful. So if you haven't tried out Miami Beard Co., I have 5 combos behind me. You can't see it because I got 300 of them, but yeah. So I can't say it. It's the tropical scent, and if you know me, I like super dark or I like tropical. But Vic, put it in the chat. Something tropical. It's in Spanish and then tropical, and I can't pronounce it for the life of me. But definitely a great scent, and I like to see small companies such as myself and Vic. Vic could have easily put, you know what, I'm going to put it out. Tranquilo y Tropical. Yep, that's it. So I can never pronounce it right, but I hope I kind of did. But instead of, so the collab is with Matt the Bearded and Vic from Miami Beard Co. And instead of saying, all right, well, this is good enough, I'm just going to throw it out there. Vic said, you know what? Nah, this isn't good. I'm going to fix it and then I'm going to put it out. So that's, as a small business owner, that's what you have to do. Yes, we all look up to, whiskey and hardtack and, the bigger brands out there. That's where we all want to be, but you can't get there by, excuse my terminology, half-assing things. You have to do things right. You have to get that customer base. You have to have quality product, for that customer to want to come back.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got you got to gain their respect, and their trust. Yeah,
Like
for,
we
like you
all want to
said.
be like Beard, right? We all want to be like Beard Octane, but Beard Octane didn't get there overnight. No, they worked several
Right.
years to,
Yeah, they've been working for probably years to get to where they are now.
right.
I actually enjoy trying a lot of the smaller companies.
And that's how I am. So I try to, like, I don't like to say small batch, but like if you notice a lot of my shows, I bring on companies like Miami Beard Co. that nobody's really heard of. They're, maybe just starting up or they don't have the publicity that some people do. So all of my I don't want to say all of them because I've had Black Rebel on, which I was shocked. I reached out to him and I was like, "Hey, you want to come on to a trailer talk?" He's like, "Yeah, absolutely, let's do it." And I was like, "Wait, Black Rebel? Like you want to come on with me? Are you sure? Like, do you know what you're getting yourself into? But yeah, so that was probably my most like starstruck moment. But it just you continue to evolve and build and build and build, and you build those relationships. And one day I want
Right.
to be like Dan C, where I have Beard Octane on, and I have a small batch company on like Mr. Moose and different things like that. So I'm more of, I don't want to say in the background, but I see everything. I watch everything. I may not comment on everything, but I just I'm very analytical as far as what I hear and what goes on, and there's a lot of drama sometimes, and
Right.
I don't partake in that. So I stay in my lane per se,
Hmm.
and just kind of sitting back and watching. You kind of you gain your own judgment. So
Yeah.
Right. Definitely. And I know Miami Beard Company is on my list of companies to try. So
and he's a huge supporter as well. And I'm not bragging on him, but there's a lot like, and I don't reach out like when I do the charities. I don't reach out to the companies. Um, so what I would say is some of these companies that aren't involved in the charities, maybe rethink it and get your name out there. Even the bigger companies, I'm not, like I said, I'm not naming names, but it's all about helping the community, in my opinion. And if it weren't for the community or, your consumers, you wouldn't be where you're at. So sometimes you just got to do what's right. And, like Mo, the bearded shark, he's going through a tough time. He
Mhm.
had to swallow his pride. I'm sure that was not easy at all to say, hey folks, I need some help. Can somebody help me? And it's things like that where the over like there was so much help that went his way. He was like, wow, like this is crazy. That like that's what the community is about. Like you scratch my back, I scratch you back, your back. You help me, I help you. It's a community. Let's act like a community. Let's stop this bickering. Let's stop the drama, and let's all just get along. Like it's not that hard.
right.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
If a product doesn't work for your beard, that's fine. Don't bash the company. Say, hey, the product didn't work for my beard because I'm reviewing some stuff now. I'm not going to say the company, but the feel and beard is amazing. The scent duration, it's not there. And that's a conversation that's held in private. I'm not going to go bash the company and say, oh, this company sucks because you know what? I only got 2 hours out of the scent duration. So, and I think that's what a lot of people lack in the community or as far as reviewers. Like, don't be so quick to bash because it didn't work for you. Let us know why it didn't work for you. And then let
Right.
the consumer make that judgment and say, hey, you know what? It was a great feeling beard. I'm not really worried about a 12-hour scent duration. It lasted 6 hours. So let me try it, you know.
Yeah. As Vato says here, don't bash what you hate, promote what you love.
And like,
Yep.
I want to see everybody succeed. If you have a great product, I want to see you succeed. So,
Yeah. Definitely. Well, guys, we're reaching an hour and a half here, so I think we're
Yeah.
going to call it a
uh,
night.
we can go for another 3 hours. Let's go.
We probably could, but it was great having you on, Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie, it was good to get to know you a little better.
Yeah,
I
it's a
mean,
pleasure.
I follow you on IG and I watch all your little videos and everything, and yeah,
I'm a little
it was a
crazy.
pleasure.
I'm a little
Yeah, but
crazy,
that
but I mean well. So,
oh yeah, and that's what makes it fun.
and
And all your pictures of when you went up on your vacation this summer, there were some beautiful places you went to as well. You had some nice pictures on there.
yeah, so we actually so that's the farm in Virginia. So we're about an
Yeah.
hour and a half out of Bristol. So um, I was going to do some crazy stunts, like jump. Like we have probably 300 cattle up there, and I was going to jump on the big bull and ride them. And I'm like, we take the deer up next to him, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to end up dead because I'm going to jump on his back. He's going to kick me off, and then he's literally going to stomp me to death. So I kind of I rethink things at the last minute. Like, this is probably not the best idea. So in the moment, I'm like, this is going to be a killer video. And then I'm like, but is it worth me dying?
Yep. So even though you got that 12-year-old mentality starting off the idea, the 35-year-old one kicks in and says, yeah, probably not.
Right. I don't heal like I used to. So let me be a little smarter. So.
Yep.
But I appreciate
Yeah.
everyone that came in tonight. I appreciate everyone that's still here. So yes, Bearded
Yeah.
Respect every Thursday, 7 p.m. And I can't wait to see you guys grow, see what you guys do, and much love, much respect, and let's be a community. Let's all get along. Let's all support each other. So
Yeah,
that's right. All right, Donnie, appreciate it.
all right.
It was a pleasure, and we'll see you next time.
Okay.
See all you guys next week. Thanks.
Yep.